off to a great start to the week. Welcome in. If you're new to the live, I do this live every single Monday. I show you exactly what sold over the weekend on eBay and Poshmark. We ship out, pack and ship all those orders. I talk about how much they sold for, how much I paid for those items, about what the profit is, how long they took to sell, all those things. We talk about all kinds of stuff reselling. I love to hear about your sales. I'll show you mine. Feel free to share yours too. But welcome in. I hope you had a good weekend. Hope sales are good. Hope you found some good stuff if you're out and about. Gosh, like garage sale kicking off for a lot of people around the country. I haven't been to one yet, but let me know if you've been out and been hitting the garage sale scene. Right now, it's like it kicks off kind of right around now, like the last couple of weeks of March and early April is when you start seeing them pop up here in the Asheville area. But welcome in. Say hello if you haven't said so down below. I'd love to hear from you. We're going to ship out all the orders from the weekend. It was a slower weekend for me. The week overall was solid. I'd say kind of solid average week, but the weekend was soft. And lately my weekends have been stronger than my weekdays, but let me take a look the weekend wasn't bad. It just wasn't awesome. So that means we'll have a shorter live today anyway. So there's a positive to that, less shipping to do. Welcome in, Juliet. Appreciate you being here. Always do. Good morning, Bigfoot Finds and Seeks. Love that name, by the way. Got my coffee, absolutely delicious. Thank you so much, Bigfoot. I appreciate your purchase, and I hope you really love the coffee. That's great. And I appreciate you sharing that with everybody. Peter is in the house. Welcome back, Peter. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Good morning, Running Yahoo. Did I say that right? I like it. Nice name. All right, let's kick things off. Well, you're the boss for a moment, just a moment. Let me know, what are we to ship first? We have orders on eBay, Poshmark, and chris@peak.com. So couple coffee orders. So let me know down below in the chat. First one that I see that says eBay, Poshmark, or chris@peak.com. That's what we'll ship first. So you get to be the boss for just a moment. I'm from India and only source IG, and my stuff not sold. All brands, only still low price. Thank you, Riza. Thanks for jumping in. Seaton, watching from Houston. How's the weather in Houston today? It's warm here. It's like 65 degrees. Today's the first day we're doing a live stream this year, 2026, in a pair of shorts. I just turned the air conditioning on a house too. It's only like maybe the second or third time we've put the AC on at all. So warm day, the breeze is blowing, the sun is out. It is a nice day here in Asheville. We got Powdersville, South Carolina. Welcome in, neighbor. Hope you're doing well. That's right, Peter. What's up, brother? All right, let's kick. Who did I miss? Zach is in the house. Thank you for being here, Zach. Always good to have you. All right. Nobody told me what we're doing first. Oh, Peter, are you saying let's ship coffee first? Is that what you're saying? Cool. I'm with you, man. I think that's what you're saying. chris@peak.com is what you're saying. 81 in Houston. Nice. Probably pretty typical for this time of year out there. Thrifty Duckies is in the house. I'm going to put this little show the chat on the live stream. Let me know if you like or don't like that. I'm wondering, because that means now like Instagram people can see comments from YouTube and Facebook. Let me know if you like that on the screen. I can toggle it on or off pretty easily. Cool, Peter, I'm with you. Thrifty Duckies is in the house. What's up, Jen? All right, so chris@peak.com orders first. I got an order for Nicole's first order, so thank you for your order, Nicole. Nicole got ground Hooper's Creek medium roast. So this was just roasted on Thursday. We're going to ship it out today. It doesn't get any fresher than that. This is our best-selling coffee. If you haven't tried our coffee yet, I would encourage you to start with the medium roast. It is Kim and I's favorite coffee in the whole wide world. And it is fair trade. It's organic. It's single origin from Mexico. Just a little hint of sweet milk chocolate on this one. Very, very balanced. Cup of coffee or bag of coffee in this case. Of course, you're going to put it in your cup. So thank you, Nicole, for your first order. We hope you love the coffee. Hope you come back for some more. That's what this is all about. I just dropped a link to our coffee website if you want to go check it out. If you do get an order in on our website during the live, I'll ship it out right on the live. Big dose of gratitude and a shout out to you and all that stuff. If you have any questions about coffee, let me know. I'm happy. I could talk coffee all day with you. Coffee is my little side hustle. Has been for the last 2 years. It'll be 3 years actually in another couple of weeks. It'll be a 3-year anniversary since we launched this little coffee business. But thank you, Nicole, for your first order. If you're watching, this is going out to Mokina, Illinois. Best way to start off the week. That's right. Might as well start with coffee, right? I already had my 2 cups of coffee, and after 2, that's it. You already know that. 3 is too much. 1 is not enough. It has to be 2 every day. I guess on rare occasion, like an emergency day, I might do like 2.5 or 3, but today's not one of those days. Today is not. Thank you again, Nicole. And I got an order going out to my cousin Craig up in Massachusetts, up in Sterling, Mass. So thank you, Craig. He got the same thing. He got the he got the light roast. He got our ground light roast. This is our spring light roast. If you missed last week's live, last Monday we launched our spring seasonal light roast. It's freaking awesome. Kim and I have actually been drinking a lot of this week. Typically, we drink less of our light roast than anything else. But man, this one's been really, really good. So we've been doing it. We have been doing it. So thank you, Craig, for your order. Going out to cousin Craig in Mass. Craig, if you're watching the live, I don't think you are. You're probably working hard, but I appreciate you grabbing some coffee. We'll ship this out to you. Always good to have support from your fam, supporting small business. Appreciate that a lot, Craig. We're going to jump into eBay next here. I just watched a reel from some vintage fashionkin stating that Western wear is on the rise, especially Western shirts related to Louis Vuitton fashion show. That's good to know. Good to know. Thanks for sharing that insight. I like it. Best way to start off the week. How's everyone doing? We have some good sales over the weekend? I want to hear about it. Did you find some good stuff? Has anybody been out garage sailing yet? Thank you, Craig. Appreciate your brother, or cousin, I should say. Yep, same name over on YouTube. Yep, and on YouTube you'll get like a wider screen version over on YouTube, or on Facebook it's wider screen as well. On Instagram you kind of get this like narrow, tall thing. So yeah, either way though, it's the same live. It's just a different format. Kim and I had a great weekend. I spent most of the day Saturday actually editing a YouTube video, which then I had technical difficulties uploading that for yesterday. I usually have my YouTubes drop at 11 a.m. Sunday, but I uploaded it all night overnight. It took like 10 hours to upload and then had issues. So I had to delete it, re-download it from my my editor, re-upload it to YouTube. That happened overnight last night. So the YouTube looks like it's good. So we're going to drop, I'll just schedule that to drop tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time. But our YouTube from the previous Sunday is up there. We went to Winston-Salem. We hit some thrift stores. We had some fun. And so that YouTube video is up. But we're going to get the one, I went to Atlanta last Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm going to drop that video tomorrow. It's actually my favorite edit that I've done. It took me a while. It's a big video, but really, really fun YouTube. I really wanted to get that out yesterday, but spent all day, basically Saturday, editing that video to get that out for yesterday. It didn't work. And then yesterday we went hiking, which was really great. We did Cedar Mountain, if anybody cares. Nice little hike, kind of near Brevard-ish, down that neck of the woods, if you know the area. What did I miss here? Had a great weekend. A lot of hiking pants and golf pants are already getting hot. Yep, it's that time of year for sure. I just sold a Johnny Was tank top for $56. That was my first and only Johnny Was piece of clothing. Nice. Is that Steph? Nice, Steph. Great sale. It's been a while since I ran into a Johnny Was. I love that for you. Very cool sale. All right, let's put out all these eBay shipping labels. And again, if anybody wants to jump in on some of that coffee, I dropped the link down below in the chat. And I just ran out of shipping labels right on cue. One of them printed out, but we got to get the other ones. So we got to do a shipping label. I'll tell you what, we'll do that in a minute. We'll just jump right into some Poshmark orders since those are already printed out. We'll start there. So first up, fun sale here. Bought a handful of these at retail clearance. That was probably late January. Bought a whole bunch of these. Actually sold a couple of these now in the last week. This is a Columbia PFG. Retail price on it's $50. It's got like an all over fish and fishing lures on it. Really neat shirt right here. So this sold on Poshmark this was a Nifty best offer. So I had it listed for $35 and Nifty sent a 10% off offer to this buyer. The buyer accepted. So $31. Love that feature on Nifty. We'll probably have a bunch of those like Nifty best offer sales. Every day it gets me extra sales. I'm a big fan of those automation tools on Nifty. You already know that. So this order is going out to Greg on Poshmark, and Greg is in Holden, Mass. We got back-to-back Massachusetts orders right here. Holden's like Western Mass, right? If I remember right, or like Central West. I think it's Western Mass. If I remember my Massachusetts geography well. Had a good weekend in sales. How was yours? Slower weekend for me, Salt, but grateful for every order. Had some interesting items go out, some good dollar stuff. We got a little bit of everything. We got wintertime stuff. We got spring, summertime stuff. We got coffee going out the door. It was a good weekend, but glad to hear that yours was good. Mine was a little slower than what I like it to be, but it is what it is. Tell me what you think about having the live chat like on the side of the screen there. I could go either way on it. It's up to you, really. Love your videos. The Winston-Salem was great. Appreciate that, Chris. Thanks for watching. Appreciate the feedback there too. What did I miss here? Zach, I've tried at least 1 cup of each coffee flavor. I really like them all. They all hit in their own way. Thank you. I appreciate you sharing that. And the link to our coffee website is always in the description of this video too. If you're on Instagram, you can't click links down in the chat, but you can just tap on my name and you'll find my coffee website that way too. You will. I'm really pumped about the spring seasonal too. So your tasting notes are going to be juicy peach, floral vanilla with a nice like crisp dry finish to it. For me, I get just a hint of the peach up front, and then it like quickly changes over to that floral vanilla. And yeah, we've just been digging that coffee. We did a light roast as a cold brew. Typically, we'll do our cold brews. We'll mix like the dark roast and the light roast, usually like 2/3, 1/3, or 3/4, 1/4, with less of the light roast, more of the dark. Sometimes we'll do it with the medium roast too. But this time we actually did a full cold brew, like 100% of the light roast, and it's freaking awesome as cold brew. And typically we don't do that. Typically we don't do 100% light roast in the cold brew. We like a little bit of like something like darker and richer. But man, it's really fun with that vanilla, and it kind of mutes the flavors. It just makes a really balanced cup of cold brew, which I was really shocked. Usually they come through a little bit brighter, but really balanced. Bass and Coffee is in the house. What's up? Found some Billabong limited edition Killer Dana Surf Shop swim trunks, a fresh rack from $4.99 at Goodwill last week. Sold them for $1.80 this past weekend. Good thing I researched at the store. That's crazy. A limited edition Billabong shorts that sold for $1.80. That's very interesting. I never even heard of those. So really cool find and flip right there for $180. Appreciate you sharing some positive vibes, Brady. Appreciate that. So we got that order going out. Okay, Greg is out the door. Next up is, speaking of hiking pants, somebody was talking hiking pants. Got a pair of Eddie Bauer First Ascent Guide Pro pants. I talk about these a lot. Where is that? Oh, here. I talk about these pants a lot. It's a really sneaky good seller, because a lot of stuff from Eddie Bauer probably isn't worth your time, but these probably are. Hold on one second. Technical difficulties. Got it. So these right here, definitely worth your time. You're looking for the First Ascent logo, which I won't be able to show you because just the way these are folded, but these Guide Pro pants are like a hiking pant. They're polyester and spandex. You'll see the First Ascent logo on the thigh, and there'll be like a couple little like zipper pockets too. That's a Guide Pro pant. Really good seller for me. This one sold on a Nifty best offer. I listed these for $35. Nifty sent a 10% off offer. Same exact scenario as the last one, for $31, and the buyer accepted this. I already had a couple of offers on this pair of pants over the weekend. People were trying to get them for around like, $20, $25. And then boom, I got this $31 sale. I countered all of those offers, by the way, with $31, which is 10% off my listing price. And those people didn't bite, and then this Nifty best offer came through. So I like it. So next, Gretchen. So thank you, Gretchen, on this order. The size is men's 36 by 34, which is a good size typically too in men's pants. The 34 inseam tends to be a better sell-through rate. Not always. You got to look up what you find, but that's kind of like a good general rule of thumb. If you're not looking stuff up, like 34 inseams probably going to be a little bit of a quicker seller than some of the other inseam lengths. Sold 17 items on Saturday and Sunday, 0 orders today. Well, Monday can have that sort of, hangover effect, if you will, but that's a great little weekend for you with 17 orders. Hopefully it picks back up for you today. I think I only have like maybe two or three orders that came through so far today. So, but usually I get more of my orders come in the evening time, tends to be the trend. There was a previous sale on the Billabong for $197. Insane. It's crazy that people are paying that much for a limited edition swim trunk. That's interesting. I wonder what the thing is with those, like what makes them so desirable. Did I not grab this one? I forgot to grab an order from the garage. So we'll skip that one, I guess. And we'll jump right to this one. Okay, so I've got a Public Rec shirt right here. So this one sat in my store for a while. And then this weekend I went through and lowered some prices on some of my lowest inventory. And I freshened up some of the photos and all that stuff too. And freshened up some of the keywords on some of these older listings. This is one of those listings. So lowered the price, I think, to $17. And then I got an offer for $15 pretty quickly. So that's nice. I spent time doing that Saturday morning. It's always great when you spend some time doing annoying stuff that's not fun to do, like going through and editing old listings. Not my favorite thing, but it's nice when you get like a quick sale out of it. I think I got a couple actually. So it feels like, it kind of like reinforces that, like, all right, that was a good use of time, even though it's not fun. And even though it's a $15 sale, it's not like I'm getting rich off of it, but you got to move that old inventory, you got to get it going. So that's just a Public Rec V-neck t-shirt, nothing fancy. I think I had it priced at like 20 or 21 bucks, knocked it down to 17, got it out the door. So for 15, we'll take it. Not getting rich, but you got to move that inventory. Can't just keep it forever. We're not collecting over here. Next up on Poshmark is a Bad Birdie shirt. This one's brand new with tags. Picked it up retail arbitrage. I think I paid $11 a piece for these. This sold for full asking price. Yep, full asking price, $35 on Poshmark. You can see brand new with tags. Bad Birdie is the brand, and it looks like the retail price. I don't know if that's the full retail price, but there's a $61.99 price tag over the full price. Maybe the full price is higher than that, like $79. Can I see through that tag? I can't. I don't know what the full retail is. I don't think you care anyway. Sold for $35. I paid $11 a piece for a whole mess of these. I have a lot of this particular pattern too, and this size. This is a men's size medium. So good to see this one going out at full price. Bad Birdie is one of those golf brands that is teetered a little bit, as the brand grew, they increased distribution, which means that increases supply. When you increase supply, then typically, unless demand is going crazy, typically you'll see sell-through rates start to lag. And once sell-through rates start to lag, people start lowering their sale prices. So that definitely happened with Bad Birdie. That's the whole reason I was able to find it on retail clearance, because now they have increased distribution, which means they have more items that get left behind and become waste. Let me know what y'all think about the chat on the side. I don't think anybody shared their opinion on it. Like, there's like no opinion. So probably Rising Sun Pair. What's up? Surf's up in the house. Hope you had a good weekend, brother. Bundling has been working for me. I appreciate that tip. You're welcome, Brady. I like bundling. Do I have any bundle sales today? I don't have any. It was probably a collage. It was probably a collage Billabong shorts. Okay. I sold one item Saturday, 4 Sunday, and 3 so far this morning. So Monday's going to be your day, I think. Monday's going to be your day. I like it. They had a bottle opener. Goodwill 116th in Allisonville. I don't know where that is, but that's cool. Where do you think the sellers using AI models? What do you think of sellers using AI models to model their clothing? I guess Depop hates it. Made a comment in the Facebook group, and it was mostly thumbs way down. I don't really have much thoughts or opinions about it. Like, I just respect that different people do things differently in their business, and I think it's really cool that I think it's smart to try new things, right? So go ahead, like try a whole bunch of those model, AI photos and see how it impacts or influences your business. And if it works, shoot, this, we're in the business of making money. We're not in a popularity contest to get thumbs up or thumbs down from other resellers, in my opinion. If it works for you, you try it, and it crushes and it helps your business, then I'm like, yeah, don't worry about my thumbs up. Just keep making your money. But if you don't like the those photos, then don't use them. But I think everybody should try stuff like that. Even if you don't like it, you're like, hey, this isn't my thing. Like AI feels icky. I think it's worth trying stuff like that, because if it can help your business, like that's what we're doing. We're not here to like make our photos art and like photos that we can be proud of and that we like in our store. Our job is to sell stuff. So if you try the AI photos and it freaking works, freaking do it. And don't worry about like getting thumbs up and thumbs down from other resellers. They don't pay your bills. If you could make money from thumbs up and thumbs down, that's a different story. But I don't think most of us make money from thumbs up and thumbs down. What do we got here? Those Rising Sun go for crazy money. That's the location I don't hit. Gotcha. See, even Surfs knows about those shorts, and I don't know anything about them. Morning from the desert. What's up? What's up? Renee is in. Are you on the other account? Is that what's going on, Nick? Is it like two different accounts, or is this just YouTube? You show up this way. Hope you're having a great morning. Sounds like you got some pep in your cup, brother. I appreciate you sharing some positive vibes. Thanks for indulging in some Chris at Pete coffee. Appreciate that. I've got 2 pairs of mizzen and main golf pants, same size, color, style. I'm going to let them go, and I'm going to lot them up and get them out the door. I like it. I like your style. That was my first time at that store. If it doesn't matter what other sellers think, it's what buyers think, 100%. 5 eBay, 2 Mercari, 1 Posh over the weekend, then 2 eBay already this morning. Let's go, AZ Cat Sue. Love when the buyer tells me how to pack stuff. That's funny. I'm late, but I'm still first. You're number 1 in my book, Chemo. Hope you're well. Yes, just Nick, multiple accounts. Gotcha, Nick. Well, hope you had a good weekend. I'd love to hear if you got into something fun. You always seem like you have like cool stuff up your sleeve. All right, what's up next? So we finished up Poshmark, except for the one that I forgot out in the garage. All right, so next up is going to be eBay. And I got to change my shipping labels. Just ran out. So we're going to crack open a new box of shipping labels. This is a good time to mention, too. Why not? Good little segue. I'm going to drop in the chat a full list of our recommended reselling supplies, including these labels that we get. I think it's like 2.5 cents a piece is what they come out to be. Maybe it's 2.5 or 3 cents a piece. So, and it's great because you don't need to use like any tape or anything. And of course, these are thermal labels, so it prints off a thermal printer. So that printer requires no ink, which is a beautiful thing. So, we put through tens of thousands of labels through that printer, and I've never bought an ink cartridge. So total game changer. If you're not running a thermal printer for your labels, I think it's a big opportunity to save some time and save some money, because these labels, they're already sticky and everything, and it's just 2.5 or 3 cents a piece. But the big thing is the amount of time it saves. Instead of like having to cut out your labels with scissors and tape them onto the package, all that. But that link that I dropped there in the chat, that's our full list of recommended reseller supplies, everything we used for this business, right down to this workbench that I'm working off, the monitor that's hanging right here, everything. Actually, why didn't I move the monitor over? The monitor arm is on there too, by the way. I even think these like fancy little panels, I think I have those linked too, if you have like an echoey room and like to do live streams like me. So everything that we use, and even our coffee business stuff is in there too. The stuff we use to brew and grind our coffee if you're looking to upgrade your coffee game. All right, so let's do this. How's everyone's weekend sales? I love hearing your reports of like what's selling, what kind of trends you're seeing, maybe your best sale for the weekend. I love hearing that kind of stuff. Let's see if I put this in here right. Sweet, we're back in business. Hope that I can print my labels at the PO kiosk. If I get a sale, well, at the day job, have to go get it from the storage unit. Oh, that's smart. I like that. I've never done that before. I don't care where you put the chat box, Chris. I'm not watching. I'm listening while I do ship or take pic. Thank you, Salt. I appreciate it, brother. That's good feedback for me. You're not even looking at my face. You're just listening to my melodic voice. Live in Orlando, Florida, in the thrift store prices are absolutely overpriced. I just went on vacation in northern Georgia and spent a few days thrifting and came back with items at a fraction of the cost. I like it. You know, I like to travel to thrift, Philip. So I'm all for it. I can imagine that Orlando's got expensive thrift prices. I think that sort of intuitively makes sense to me. But also, Orlando has a lot of retail arbitrage opportunity. Philip, I don't know if you get involved in any of that, but they have so much retail there that the RA, like the retail clearance game, is strong. I think there's a lot of opportunity there if you play that game. Played at No Limit Texas Hold'em all day Saturday and hung out with the wife, Renee, on Sunday in the sun. That sounds like a great little weekend. What's up, Jack is in the house. That sounds like a great little weekend. Did you win No Limit Texas Hold'em, or is it, or are we not allowed to ask if you won or you lost? Is that a bad question to ask? Best weekend sale, Kettle Mountain Pants, $60, paid $7. That's a great brand, man. I've found one of those ever. So great find on those. It's been a couple years too. Great seller. I have the live, open, and picture mode, so I can work and still see you. I like it. I'm from Orlando. You've got to go to the thrift stores on the coast like Melbourne. Lots of good stuff. Good little tip. Thanks for sharing that, Annan. New Nifty in love, but it doesn't pick up my sponsor percentage. Do you know where there is a setting for that? Luis, probably what you want to do is you want to set up an automatic campaign through eBay. So going to eBay or just Google, how do I set up on eBay an automatic campaign, and walk through those steps, because what's going to happen is that's not built into Nifty to do the there's no way to do it through Nifty. So basically you just got to set up one promotional rate for all of your listings, so that anytime Nifty delists and relists an item, or anytime Nifty lists an item to eBay, eBay will automatically add on that rate. So that's what you want to do, is you want to do an automatic campaign. Just Google step-by-step how to do it. I don't remember how to do it. I only did it once, so I can't give you the step-by-step, but Google will give you a great step-by-step on how to do that. Let me know if you have any follow-up questions there. Luis, great question. I mentioned it in Surf's Lives, but I came across the brand Sendero at the thrift. It's got a similar feel to Pacho, and I think a lot of interest in it. I think average sold comps around $35 for Pearl Snap. Appreciate you sharing that new brand. I haven't heard of that one. So thank you, Mendoza. That's nice. Thank you for the advice on RA need to expand. I just think, look, everyone's got to do their business their way. RA has its pluses and minuses. Obviously, retail arbitrage can be a lot more of an expensive game, right? Your buy costs are going to be a lot higher, so that when you make mistakes, those mistakes tend to be a little bit more expensive with retail arbitrage. But I think it's really imperative that everybody builds their business around what the opportunities are in their area, right? So, I think you mentioned a good thing, like, hey, your thrift prices are high. That's great. Travel to where, like you did, travel to places where thrift prices are better, or that you find better stuff. But also, I think Orlando, I think you'll see this if you start getting out and doing some retail arbitrage. I think you're going to see that there's a lot of opportunity, especially during the clearance seasons like January, February, and then again in July and August. I think there's a lot of opportunity down there for you. So build your business for what your area offers the most, and then go travel to other places to do the stuff that you like the most too. It was the Phoenix main event, finished 45th, made a few bucks. That's great. 45 out of how many? 46? That sounds good. I'm curious how many people were total in it. That's awesome, man. I didn't realize you were a card shark. We worked in the yard and garage all weekend. Still got plenty to do though. I feel that for sure. I get you. Never find something crazy in the pockets from the thrift. Love hearing crazy stories. Those are fun. Finding stuff in the pockets. I'm for it. All right, our first order on eBay. We don't really have that many, so we should rip through these fairly quickly. Do I have these backwards? Nope, we're good. Got a couple of these going out the door, actually. Brand new with tags, Polo Ralph Lauren. Here's a nice pinky pink one. So Polo Ralph Lauren, men's size 16.5, 34, 35. Just a solid pink button down with the flesh pony, or the multicolored pony right there on the chest. So brand new with tags. Retail price is $125. I paid $25 for this, and it sold for $55.98. Good price for the buyer, right? They're getting this for like 55% off retail, shipped right to their front door. This is going to Boynton Beach, Florida. Some of you may know this, but I was born in Boynton Beach, Florida. Was born in whatever the hospital is in Boynton Beach, Florida. So that's pretty cool. I don't ship there too often. Always fun to see the homeland on my shipping docket. So this is going out to Dean. Thanks, Dean. And I don't know anything about Boynton Beach. I lived there for 3 months. And then I decided it was too hot. And I told the family, let's move north. And we moved to New Hampshire. But I was born in a hospital in Boynton Beach. Thank you, Dean. It's basically my brother since I was born there. Next up, brand new tags, Collars & Co. I bought like 90 of these off a Whatnot seller, and they're just selling pretty consistently. I think this is the only one going out the door today, but it's been a good, consistent seller. These sales will start to pick up too, I think, as we move into April, because most of them are short sleeve, and these are like a moisture wicking dress shirt. So these are known for their, this is like a really stiff, like formal collar. So like kind of that formal look, but you can wear it with, it's like a moisture wicking, kind of like a mizzen and main, like moisture wicking stretch kind of shirt, easy care, all that stuff. So kind of a hot thing right now for people who have to dress up every day. They want to be comfortable too when they dress up. So $42.99 on this. I think my average buy cost on these is like $22. And again, I bought like 90 of them. I'm kind of curious how many I've sold actually. Let's just take a quick look at that. Just like just take the temperature. So I've sold 21 and I still have 64 in inventory. So that means I have 85 by some quick math. So not quite 90. I bought 85 of these and I've now sold 21 of them. So that's pretty good. I've sold about a quarter, almost exactly a quarter of these. And I just bought all of these, I think, in February. So yeah, it's working out. I think we'll see the sales of these kind of increase as it continues to warm up. This one's going to Lubbock, Texas. It's warm there, I bet. Afternoon, Carolyn. Welcome in. Out of 100 or out of 700, you were 45th place. That's really good, man. Congrats to you. I love that. Carolyn's in the house. What's up, Carolyn? How are you? How are you? How far? So you drove up to Phoenix for that. How far is it again to Phoenix for you to go up there? It's a decent drive, right? Next up is going to Albuquerque, New Mexico. We got another one of these brand new with tags. Polo Ralph Lauren. The last one was a long sleeve. This one's a short sleeve polo style shirt. Just your typical cotton polo. Brand new with tags. Retail on this is $110. And this sold for that same price, $55.99, same as the last one. Paid $25 a pop for these. This one took a little while to sell, but I also had like multi-quantity of these, so it's sold multiple times. But it means I think I bought it like a year ago, but I've sold other ones of it. This is the last one of this color and this size. Usually when I find these, I run into a bunch of them and stock up. And I love those multi-quantity listings. Polo Ralph Lauren's is one of those brands similar to Levi's. It just never goes out of style. It just keeps on trucking. It's about 45 minutes. Okay, I was thinking more like 2 hours, so that ain't bad. Sell any more Bluebird swag. Bluebird swag. Excuse me. Bluebird swag. Oh, the blue hens. Is that what you're asking about? It took me a minute there. I think that's what you're asking about. No, I just have that one sale that went out the door so far. Just the one. I think, what did I buy? Like 8 of them? I sold a pair of 505s that were vintage, but I had it titled as 90s. But I realized it was an 80s pair. Sold it for $41 plus shipping. That's a great sale price. Nice flip. I love that. Thanks for sharing. I love my Levi's sales. That's a good one, though. I don't think I've had like a $41 vintage one in a little bit. Next up is a Columbia. Sold at least 2 Columbias over the weekend. These last week sold really, really well for me. It was like somebody hit the switch and like Columbia PFG started selling. So this is a Columbia Silver Ridge Omni Shade short sleeve shirt. Sold for full asking price, $18.99. This is going to Glenadin Beach, Oregon. So they're starting to buy their warm weather stuff in Oregon. Here's a little short sleeve, moisture wicking fishing shirt. Going to the beach in Oregon. So thank you, Nathan, for your order. Thanks, everyone, for jumping in. If you're just popping into the live, I do this live every single Monday right around noontime. I ship out all the weekends, all the orders from the weekend. So last time I shipped was Saturday around noontime. So we got 48 hours worth of sales. I come on here live with the intention of just creating a space for resellers to talk, to ask questions, to learn, and just give you, a good, honest glimpse into my business. I love answering your questions. I love hearing about how things are going with your business. And yeah, if you need advice or recommendations on tools and any of that stuff, I'm here for that as well. And yeah, if you haven't hit that like button, that helps me out. If you haven't subscribed or followed on whatever platform you're on, we're on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. We're live. I post content on all of those platforms every day. Also post content on TikTok as well, but we don't go live on TikTok for reasons. Next up is, y'all know this brand. Y'all probably love finding this brand. You don't need me to introduce you to it. Maybe you do. I guess everybody comes from different places, but got a Viore shirt, really hot brand right here, athleisure brand. A young brand that kind of blew up. It used like an influencer strategy. They paid influencers that were attractive and fit to advertise this stuff, and that's what helped blow them up. So kind of an interesting sort of modern approach to growing a clothing brand. So this Viore, it's called the Viore Bridge button-up shirt. And it's got kind of like a little, I don't know if you can see the pattern on it, like an all over, I don't know what that is. A couple like little squares or something. This is a men's size XL, and it sold for $29.99. I think that was my full asking price. And this is going to California to Max. Thank you, Max. Found an Orange Tab 505 in Conway, South Carolina this weekend. First Orange Tab found in a thrift. It was a good one. Nice, Salt. Good grab on the Orange Tab. Did you date them? How old are them? I had a great thrifting week. Got lots of items half off. Found new tag Polo Ralph Lauren, Lululemon. Picked up 20 plus items. Let's go, Desert. Let's go. What did I miss? Had to hit the post office, then the Goodwill run. Rob, you didn't miss nothing, man. And remember, by the way, that's a good segue. All of these lives are always available as replay. So as soon as I end this live here in a little bit, it is available on replay on YouTube and Facebook. So if you had to run to the post office like Rob, you can go back and you can see what you missed. You can fast forward through the boring rambly stuff, and you can rewind towards the good stuff and the good sales. You might want to rewind to this next sale that I'm going to show you here too. I did a post about this one last night. So this is an Hermenegildo Senya. Right. See if we can see that without the reflection. There we go. Hermenegildo Senya. This is an Italian brand. And this is a polo shirt. So a cotton polo shirt, men's size, extra large, sold for $48.99. These are a really good seller, and actually, some of them you'll find that they're like silk polo shirts. Those can sell for even more money. But $48.99, that's full asking price on this. This is going to Highlands Ranch, Colorado. I know where that is. That's like a rich suburb of Denver. Just going to double check my. Yes. So, if you know, everybody's familiar with Columbine. It's kind of like the next town over from Columbine. It's just south of Littleton. It's just east of Lone Tree and just north of Castle Pines, which is another really rich suburb. It's just east of Centennial, which is what they call the Denver Tech Center, which is really close to Cherry Creek. These are all like expensive, like high net worth suburbs of Denver. So this is going to Highlands Ranch. Kind of a beautiful little area. You're kind of right by the mountains. I used to mountain bike in this town. There was I forget the name of the park that I used to go and ride my bike a good bit. It was really easy mountain biking trail. That's why I did it, because I am anything but a good mountain biker. So I know that area fairly well. mostly just from passing through on my way to and from mountain biking there. So $48.99 on that one. It's a good sale. I paid $5 at the thrift store for that shirt. Gotta love that, like $5 into $48.99. Francis is in the house. Welcome in, Francis. Always good to have you. Hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. Myrna's in the house. Hello, welcome in. Good to have you. Who did I miss here? We got Ralph. What do you promote on eBay? I move my rates around a good bit. I think right now I'm at 6%, but I encourage people to experiment with some different rates and see how it impacts your business. Please come to Calhoun area to thrift. Someday, Faith, someday. Inside tab is too worn to read. Gotcha. That's a bummer. Their tie, but still a good find. Their ties do really well too. Absolutely. Yep. And suits and blazers, I love finding from them as well. Do you do international sales? I've been doing well on them and have had no issues of lately. I do international sales through eBay's international shipping program. So I ship it to their facility in Glendale Heights, Illinois, and I'll let them take care of the rest. I don't do direct international anymore. I used to offer direct international, and I would ship using Pirate Ship's simple export rate. I did that for years. I just stopped doing it because I ran into some hassles with it, and I didn't get many sales with it anyway. I was just like, I'm just going to simplify things and just have that one international through eBay and let them handle it. And that's been good for my business. Just takes a little bit of complexity out of the business, which I always appreciate because I have a pretty complex little operation here with all the different things I'm doing. So if I can just have a few things a little bit simpler and less complex, that's good for me. Glad to hear it, Francis. Glad to hear you're doing well. Appreciate you being here. I promote at 2% the first 60 days and move to 5% over 60 days. Okay, I like it. Darlene's in the house. Welcome in. Good afternoon to you. I appreciate you being here. We're just grinding through some eBay orders right now. That last one was a good one. Here's, you've probably seen me like slowly selling off these hats here. So I got a Tommy Bahama hat. I paid $4 a piece for these on clearance over a year ago, and I bought a lot of them. I mean, I don't want to say at one point I had over 50 of these, and it's starting to dwindle. You can see that one is the last one of this SKU. So they're starting to become some holes behind me. So they slowly sell off. This one sold for $17.99. Again, brand new with tags. Tommy Bahama hat right here. So another SKU is gone, and these ones are fun, right? On the inside, it's got the what is that? A Baja margarita recipe. If anybody's looking to make a margarita, I mean, it's early, but I'm not judging. I think those are kind of cool. So we get this shipped out. I ship out hats. I always put them in just my normal like clear poly bags that I use for same ones I use for clothing, and then I'll throw this in a box. Good news is I always have boxes from shipping coffee too. So, and I have 2 different boxes that work great for coffee that also work great for hats. My smallest one is a 8x6x4, which is good for 2 bags of coffee. It also fits a lot of hats, particularly if they're like a low crown hat. This is like more of like a mid crown hat. So it's a little bit big for this like 8x6x4 that I have right here. So instead, I ship it in this 8x6x6 right here. So a little bit bigger, gives a little more breathing room. And this is the box that I use to ship 3 bags of coffee in. It fits perfectly. Like a glove. So this is going to Michael. Michael's in Pompano Beach, Florida. My debit card has changed from MasterCard to Discover, and our Goodwill doesn't accept Discover. So now my goal in 26 is just to use one business card for all my transactions. My debit card has changed from MasterCard to Discover. Goodwill doesn't accept. Gotcha. So, all right, what are you gonna use if you can't use the Discover? What are you gonna use? I use one business card for all of my transactions as well. It just keeps it nice and neat and clean. All right, out the door. It's going to Michael. Next up is Monica. Another Columbia. This is a women's Columbia PFG. This is called the Tamiami 2. So $18.99 full asking price on this one right here. So 2 Columbias going out the door, both of them full asking price. I think both of those sold pretty quickly. I'm often wrong, but we'll see. The first one sold, yeah, this one sold in 13 days, and the other one sold in 7 days. So I told you, these Columbias, very kind of seasonal seller, and this is very typical with Columbia is a low sell-through rate brand, right? If you looked up any of these Columbia shirts, it's a lower sell-through rate. There's a ton of them listed, but they do consistently sell. It's just that there's a low sell-through rate. So typically with low sell-through rate items, when they go out of season, they become really, really hard to sell because then the sell-through rate drops even lower. But then when they come back in season, you start seeing them sell. So a short sleeve fishing shirt like this is very in season right now. So I'll sell a whole bunch of Columbia. You might know that guy, Wayne, K-Way Shop Wayne. I don't think of his screen name. He was just giving me a hard time. I think it was like late January or early February. He like looked at my sales, and he always likes to make fun of me that I sell Columbia and it doesn't sell right. And he looked and he's like, you've sold like 6 of them in the last 90 days. I'm like, it's still wintertime, bro. Why do I have to educate you on the fact that Columbia, which is a low sell-through rate brand, is not going to sell in the wintertime? When it warms up, these are going to start selling like hotcakes. And that's certainly true. So we sold 2 of them over the weekend, but over the course of the last week, I think I sold another 1, 2, 3, 4. This is just last week, just me scrolling through 5. Columbia, I'm not going to stop scrolling, but it was a good week for Columbia. But the bigger lesson here is low sell-through rate items sell really slowly when they're off season. And then when they're in season, they can sell really well. And we're seeing that happen with Columbia, especially if you take great photos, you cross-list on the multiple platforms, you describe your items well, you put measurements in the listings, and you have really great keywords, and you use automation tools like Nifty to help you show up higher in search results. Then you can be really competitive with an item like Columbia. If you're not doing those things, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to sell Columbia consistently, just because you're going to run into a lot of competition. But I can sell it $18.99 pretty consistently, even though there's people who price it cheaper than me. Maybe they're not doing all those other things really well. They're not promoting on eBay potentially, so I'm showing up higher in search results. They don't have Nifty ending and relisting items. They don't have Nifty auto sharing on Poshmark. So I'm just going to show up higher in search results so I can even oftentimes get a higher price than my competition. I could, if I only had a few Columbias, I could actually price them even higher than $18.99. But since I buy so many of these and I get so much volume of them, I want to move them. So I do tend to price them fairly aggressively anyway, but still higher than a lot of sellers, and they can't move them and I can, because their selling strategy isn't dialed. So you can sell low sell-through rate items if you have a dialed sales strategy. I live 10 minutes from the international hub in Illinois. I'm intercepting all packages. Not really. Don't arrest me. That's funny. I like it. You can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning. This is like no truer advice has ever existed. That's good stuff right there. Can't get wasted all day unless you start in the morning. Even better. I like where we're headed here. It's Monday, y'all. What's going on over there? I know I hate the Capital One went to Discover instead of MasterCard. Gotcha. I don't think I've ever had a Capital One card. I don't know if they're good or bad. I see their commercials. I got an American-themed fishing Columbia shirt simply because I thought someone would enjoy it. Today, I sold it to my biggest repeat customers. You know what your customers like, Desert Rain. I like it. That's good. Use a Capital One credit card purchases. I have a Capital One debit card that I get my payouts on, and I just transfer seamlessly when needed. Nice. I've sold 11 Columbia shirts since January. Mail's here. I'm going to go put this outside. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, Salt. 11. Let me put these out. I'll be right back with you. Hey, how's it going? No returns today. I like it. I like it. Got all the junk mail. All right. Next up, might be able to get one more out to her while she's scanning all those, is Mizzen & Main. Here's a brand that's kind of gone downhill in terms of sell-through rate and price. Not because they don't sell anymore. It's because the supply has gone up. They've just started making more of them because they've had a lot of success. So Mizzen & Main is the brand there. This model is called the Leeward. It is a, just like a performance dress shirt right here. Nice pattern on this. Sold for $24.99. These shirts used to sell for $30 to $50 and quickly. That's not the case anymore. But if you price them right, I typically price mine around $27.99 and accept offers. If you price them right, they still sell. It's a good brand for me. It just doesn't earn as much as it used to. I paid $5 for this. I'm happy to sell it for $24.99. This is going to Mark. Mark is in Fort Worth, Texas. I'm going to go bring this outside to the mail lady, Nicole. I'll be right back. And that's perfect because we have one more sale to ship out. It's actually a really good one that just came in right before I went live. I do want to check something here. Capital One has great travel points. Nice. If you pay off every month. I like it. Good afternoon, Chris in chat. Hope all is well. Thanks for bringing some positive vibes. Absolute finds. I've been using eBay's recommended promotion since 2021. Are you saying that's unnecessary? I hate giving away eBay my money. I'm not really sure. I feel like the eBay promotional, like the recommended rate is usually pretty high. I don't even look at it. So I'm not sure what it usually is. I just use like a flat rate promotion. So you might be promoting maybe higher than you need to, but if it works for you, it works, right? I'm not going to tell anybody to not do something that's working. But I feel like the eBay promotional rate is pretty high from what I remember. But I don't look at it. I do all my listing right through Nifty. So it's not like I don't even see that rate when I'm doing my listing. Next up is a really great sale. And so I bought this. I'm going to tell you exactly when I bought this. I feel like it was January, but it could have been February. Where is it? I didn't even log this in the spreadsheet yet because this literally just came in before we went live. So this is a Woolrich duck canvas barn chore jacket. It's like blanket lined. Give me 1 second here. I listed this on the 27th of February. So I picked it up in February. That is late for a winter jacket like this. I fully expected that I would probably have to wait till September or October to get this one to move. Again, it's a chore jacket. It's got, like a canvas cotton exterior. And then the interior is that blanket lined. And look at that. And it's got like the embossed Woolrich on the inside too. So, it's undoubtedly a wintertime coat. This is going to Brooklyn, New York. So I was like, it'd be great if I got a quick sale here in March. You can still sell some jackets like this in March. It's like, that would be awesome. But I was fully prepared to have this wait until September, October. So I paid $20 for it too, which I didn't want to pay, but that was the price that was on it. Paid $20, and it sold for a best offer this morning of $67.50. It's going to Brooklyn. Now, I think when we talk about, I want to be careful when I say like a lot of jackets won't sell till September and October. That's absolutely true. A jacket like this, to me, it's like a true kind of winter batten down the hatches, cold weather jacket. This is something that if I grab it now, I fully expect it to sell in September, October. But there are other jackets that sell well in the summertime. Like think about jackets that people are going to wear if they're going to go hiking, or if they're going to be out running like early in the morning when it's, when it still could be cool out. Kind of like performance athleisure fleece, like fleecy type of jackets, like anything that's like moisture wicking, vented, like hybrid jackets, golf jackets, all that stuff is going to sell still in the summertime. It's just these like winter, batten down the hatches, super cold weather type of stuff. That's got to be slow this time of year, but you'll still get some sales on it. It happens, and we're always grateful when it does. I think it'll fit in one of these. So good sale here, $20 I paid, sold for $67.50. The buyer paid, I think, $9.95 shipping on this as well. And I'm just going to double check. They might have paid $12.95. Just depends on how I priced it. Yep, they paid $12.95 on shipping. My shipping label is only going to cost me $7.52 because it's staying on the East Coast, which is nice. If it was going over to California, it probably would have cost like $13. But so eBay is going to pay me out $56.81. That's after all fees. That's after shipping, label, all that stuff. $56.81 is my payout. I paid $20 for it. So if you subtract my cost of goods, I'm going to make $36.81 on this. And I thought I'd make my $36.81, and that would be September of October, but it worked out. I ended up getting that money quickly here. This was only listed for less than a month. So what did I say? I picked it up on the 27th is when I listed it. And it sold this morning on the 23rd. So what's that? February is a short month too. So that's like 23 days, something like that. Less than a month. So nice sale right here. This order came in this morning, so it'll wait till the pickup tomorrow morning, which is fine. Which is totally fine. Hope everyone's having a good start to the week. Hope you had some great sales over the weekend. What's up, Brenda? How are you? Yeah, we're just wrapping up, but Brenda, as soon as this live is over here in a minute or so, you'll be able to watch the full replay if you want to. You'll be able to fast forward through the boring stuff and rewind to like the good stuff. Good sale right there. I want to shout out a couple of people who ordered coffee over the weekend too. Marjorie and Kristen. I'm not able to ship your coffee out live today just because I'm low on those. Like who is it? Kristen ordered 2 bags of the whole bean light roast, and I only have 1 left here. But the good news is I put an order in, and Kristen, your coffee is literally getting roasted as we speak. I'm going to go pick that up later on this afternoon. And same with you, Marjorie. You ordered 2 bags of the whole bean medium roast, and I only have 1 left. You can see the blank right there. So that's all right. So you're going to get 1 bag that was roasted on Thursday. You're going to get the second bag is going to be roasted today on Monday. So it's probably like in the roaster like right now happening. So if coffee doesn't get any fresher, we had a good weekend of sales on coffee and a good week last week with coffee with our launch of our new light roast, our springtime light roast. So thanks to everybody who got some coffee last week. It was a good week of sales. It's always positive to have the side hustle clicking. So thank y'all. And that's what I'll do after I jump off of this live. I'm going to drive up to Black Mountain, say hi to my friends up at Dynamite, pick up a second roast for this week, which always feels good. And they just, a couple of them, the 2 owners and their marketing guy, they all went to Honduras. I think they just got back late last week. So I'll probably get like a quick update from their Honduras trip. They went and visited at least one of the farms. I don't know if they went to multiple of the Honduras farms, but I know they went to one of the farms where they get the beans for this Black Mountain dark roast, which is a blend of 3 beans from Honduras. So I'm curious to see some pictures from them and to hear some updates from their trip to Honduras and to some of those farms, which is really cool. I don't have any coffee from Bolivia at the moment, but sometimes when our seasonal light roast sometimes is from, I think a couple different times it's been from Bolivia, but we don't have a Bolivian coffee at the moment right now. Welcome in, Brenda. Is a good source of reseller information. You could use Capital One and refer it and get 20,000 points for everyone that uses the link. It's a good idea. I like it. I use Navy Federal for all my business banking though, so I'm probably not going to switch from that. I mean, I could do it. It's a good idea. I do like having everything like just through Navy Federal and having like that one phone, one company to call and all that stuff. But I like what you're up to. I like the idea. I really do. I sold a lot of winter items last summer in June, July, sweaters, coats, thick pants. I like it. Turn that money over to make money is the way to do it. I like it. Have you had good luck with Xenia button-up shirts too, or just the polos? Chris, yeah, I've had luck with the button-up shirts. You got to find the styles that people want, right? There's some that are going to sell better than others. So I think sort of like learning within the brand, like, well, which of the button-up shirts tend to be better sellers? And you can just, do your research, like look at eBay sold comps and see what tends to be selling. But the style is definitely going to matter, just like on just about any brand for sure. Yeah, 12% is pretty high for recommended for your promotional rate. But if it's working for your business, I'm not going to tell you to stop doing it. Everybody's got different things that work, and if that's fueling your business, I'm all for it. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all hanging out for today's live. That's going to wrap us up. That's all the shipping. Not really a lot of shipping. A slower weekend for me, but that's all right. That just means I'm going to have a really busy week this week. That's the way it goes, the ups and downs of the business. If you cracked half a smile, you enjoyed yourself today. If you wouldn't mind hitting that like button, that helps me out. If you are watching the replay, if you decide to go back and watch the replay, which you'll be able to watch in just a moment here, as soon as I end this live stream, you can watch it on Facebook or YouTube. If you go in and watch that, just let me know by writing SHIP, SHIP, down below in the chat so that I know that you're watching the replay too. I get back to all the questions and comments on the replays as well. So even if you're not watching it on live, you can still interact and ask questions and share what's going on with your business. I love to hear from y'all. Hope you have an awesome freaking week this week. And remember, I'm going to drop a YouTube video tomorrow about my trip to North Atlanta and some thrifting down there that I did last week. The video is edited, it's uploaded, and it's scheduled for tomorrow at 3 p.m. So if you like those travel to thrift videos, check that one out over on YouTube. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link to YouTube down below. Of course, if you're watching on YouTube, you already know how to find me. But if you're over on Facebook, that's the link to my YouTube channel. If you haven't hit that subscribe button over there, if you haven't turned the notifications on YouTube, that's really important too. So go to my profile, hit the little bell icon, and just turn on notifications. So that way, when I go live, you'll get the notification when I go live. When I drop new YouTube videos, you also get a notification for it as well. So appreciate everybody being here. Hope you have an awesome week, and we will see you next Monday right around noontime Eastern. We'll ship out a whole bunch of orders and all that stuff.